Now Dajjal is going to exploit the Sunni Shia division to his advantage in Akhir Zaman. The answer is, he wants to provoke Sunni Shia civil war. That's what he wants to provoke. If he can succeed in provoking Sunni Shia civil war in the world of Islam, what would be the benefit for him and for the Zionists? Number one, Islam is going to look terrible before the entire world on the stage of the world. Look at these Muslims at a time when they are back to the wall, fighting for their very lives. Look at how foolish the Muslims are, fighting amongst themselves. Islam is going to look so bad that whatever sentiment there may be in the world, sympathetic towards Muslims, even that might be lost. And that will be tremendously advantageous to Israel and to the Zionists and to their propaganda war in CNN and Al Jazeera and the newspapers and the television sets. You can just imagine. They're going to have a field day laughing at the Muslims who are fighting amongst themselves at this time. Number two, Dajjal will consider it advantageous to provoke a Sunni Shia war, because such a war will weaken both the Sunni and the Shia at a time when Sunni and Shia should be trying to build maximum strength and power to resist Israel and to resist the Zionists. Is it possible for us to do something to prevent Sunni Shia civil war in the world of Islam? When I use the term Protestant Islam, by now you all know what I mean by Protestant Islam. A version of Islam with a methodology which says the religion is restricted to simply texts, the text of the Quran, the text of the Hadith, devoid of the spiritual heart, devoid of nur, devoid of firasatul mu'min, devoid of a capacity to see with the nur of Allah. That Protestant Islam declares that only Allah and His Messenger and the Aslaf have the authority to interpret the Quran and to interpret the Hadith. That's their position, and I'm not speaking derogatively about them. No. I'm not ridiculing them. No. I'm not disrespecting them. I'm not waging war on them. No. It is this Protestant Islam which is now beating the drums furiously against the Shia. Taken for a ride by Dajjal, who wants to foment Shia-Sunni civil war. And so wherever there is Protestant Islam anywhere in the world today, you find a people who are obsessed with beating the drums of war against the Shia. One of the ways that we can avoid Sunni Shia civil war is by calling a spade and telling them, you are foolish in what you're doing. You are praying, you are dancing to Dajjal's tune. The Zionists have been creating a Shia crescent by attacking Iraq and then bringing about regime change in Iraq with elections while the Americans are in control of Iraq. And now a Shia government replaces the Sunni government in Iraq. And we see the crescent being created by the Zionists to try to present to the world an image of Shia Islam on the ascendancy and Sunni Islam being encircled. This is not by accident. This is intended to facilitate the brainwashing that is necessary for a Sunni Shia civil war to take place. So we need not only to silence those people by calling a spade, the drum beaters, but we also need political analysis from the member. We need the ulama who will have the knowledge and the insight to be able to understand what is happening in the world of politics today, in order that the ulama might play a role in preventing Sunni Shia civil war from taking place. Because if it does take place, that's it. We will suffer, and suffer tremendously.